lucky to be in Uncle Alasdair and Aunt Angela Gillies' kitchen in the heart of Mulgai. It's great to have Kenny Mackenzie, everybody.
Thank you.
Frank Thomson, everybody. Uncle Alasdair.
Hey!
And my sister Morgan is here manning the phone, the lights, the technical everything. Lovely to have you joining us from wherever you are. And just to say a huge thank you to, hundreds and hundreds of folk who sent in lovely messages, because of course June the 2nd would have been Dad's birthday.
Yes.
So he would have been 97. And I guess we lost him 20 years ago when he was 77. His music lives on. I mean, what was really heartwarming is just all these amazing messages. So thank you. You know who you are. I'm going to read out some of them as everything progresses. So it's just lovely to have all of you here.
Indeed. Well, we've had a great afternoon. Frank and I have been exchanging stories because we're the only two people old enough to know some of the stories we talk about.
Absolutely, yes.
All these people of yesteryear. You're too young, Kenny's too young, Bob and you're a chicken.
Definitely.
We'll accept any compliments.
I'm the elder statesman. I don't know about statesman, I'm certainly the oldest here.
I think you are, yes.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
by a few months, though.
It's a competition.
Yeah. You're full of compliments.
Yes, we don't have the golfer with us in Glasgow today, so you can write in if you like to say who is older, Uncle Alasdair or Frank, because Kenny and I are not in this competition. We're not going to.
Not quite.
But it's lovely. It's lovely to be celebrating, and music lives on, and music binds us and brings us together. And music of all sorts brings us together, but we're shamelessly going to be championing our Scottish music. We've got some new tunes coming up from you, very exciting. Tonics, the Tonics song that we're going to join in with, which is very exciting. What are you going to start with, Kenny?
Well, what I would like to do, if you could bear with me, I've got a tune here. It's a little tune that I composed for my lovely little grand niece, I think you call her, grand niece. Flora McNe. She's only 2. But this little tune is, if you just bear with me a second, a little tune that I got arranged by an excellent arranger called Will Marshall. And if you're watching Will, another lovely, lovely arrangement. And it's basically called Flora McNe. Now if you're watching Flora, get your whistle and start playing along with me.
How old is she?
Just 2.
Oh,
she loves an octave. She loves an octave. So
you're putting us to shame, Flora McNe, age 2, if you can play the whistle.
well, she's doing very well. Very musical, yes. So I'll just get my Flora's wee tune and we'll see how we go on.
Okay. the bar here. Kenny. We don't normally have
Yes.
harps and pianos.
Well,
we do
The
sometimes.
tune has come to life with the thanks of Will Marshall's lovely arrangement. So
Oh, and is this on your album?
it's not. No, it's
It's
just
not.
a fairly recent one. Just so just a bit.
Oh, well, really lovely. Well, I hope Flora gets.
Flora will be
I'm very impressed
hopefully
that she's-
dancing and playing and doing her stuff.
Well, excellent. Well, it's lovely to have you with us, and we're going to have tonics and all sorts later.
Oh,
I am going to read out some of the wonderful messages that were sent today because of it being Dad's birthday. Janet Gillies, I'm not sure if she's a relation on class or not. She said, wonderful Callum, he stayed in our B&B with us in Staffin about 25 years ago. My dad just loved him. His own party piece was Dark Loch Nagar and Skyline of Sky, which he sang on Lockdown Aberdeen a few times. Mum and Dad often took us to the Kings and the Pavilion in Glasgow to see you all. Always remember Morven coming on stage, and I must have been about 8 or 9 at the time, and remember you all lined up singing The Bridal Path. Do you remember
Yes.
that, Morven?
I do.
And Kirsty and I were having a chat about The Bridal Path the other day, and Kirsty said, did you sing the harmony or did I sing the harmony? We were trying to remember who sang it. Anyway, that's lovely from Janet Gillies, and she said, I will join tonight with a tear in my eye and raise a wee glass of something to both of them. That's really nice. And Heather Fife, thank you for your message. The lovely Callum Kennedy, the voice of my childhood, sending you hugs today. And Jill Wilson, your dad and your uncle are my 2 favourite singers. I'm a painter and never paint without playing one of their CDs.
That's nice.
Oh.
Isn't that very nice?
Yeah.
And I'll do one more and then we'll do some more later because there have been so many lovely messages. Ian Cumming, the question is often asked, what was your first gig? People answer David Bowie, Queen, The Jam, etc., etc. But my answer is Callum Kennedy and Alasdair Gillies at the Glenmorrock Hotel in Dunoon.
Oh, brilliant.
My parents took me along when I was about 8 or 9 to one of those Highland Night tours they did with the Alexander Brothers, Alistair MacDonald. I look back with fondness on seeing the wonderful artists. Great days.
That was a great venue, the Glenmorrock. Yes, it's fantastic. The atmosphere was wonderful.
Sure it was.
Well, I've got loads of messages. Someone wrote in to say I should sing. Do you know Here's to the Hills and Heather? Dad
Oh,
used
yes.
to Dad used to open up with Here's to the Hills and Heather, and Dad used to say, apart from the fact that I'm wearing yellow today in his honour because he came home from Canada, we were all horrified with a yellow suit,
The canary suit.
canary yellow,
Oh, brilliant.
and he also had a salmon pink one.
I remember it very well. Yes.
Nobody could. We couldn't believe it. We were mortified as.
Oh, that's
as
wonderful.
so.
And
so
Mum's favourite colour was yellow.
Pardon?
Mum's favourite
Mum's
colour was
favourite
yellow.
colour was yellow as well.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Exactly.
Lovely.
And
Until she saw the suit.
so Here's to the Hills and Heather. We could do a wee snippet of that because Dad always said,
I'll join in a bit.
yeah, well, dude, he said he could count the whole house in
Oh,
a
God.
chorus, and
Yes.
he did a verse and a chorus, by which time he'd counted exactly how many people were in the theatre.
Can you remember the key?
Let's
Try this one.
okay. We'll try that. Here's to the hills,
And
here's to the heather, here's to bonny Mary O'Barnard. Here's to the hills, and here's to the heather, here's to every lassie with a smile. Here's to April, wherever they may be. Here's to every friend of mine all across the sea. You'll lift up your glasses, we'll all sing together to the land of the hill and heather. Here's to the hills,
And here's to the heather.
here's to bonny Mary O'Barnard. Here's to the hills,
And here's to the heather.
and here's to every lassie with a smile. Here's to April, wherever they may be. Here's to every friend of mine all across the sea. So fill up your glasses, we'll all sing together to the there's nothing like applauding yourself in Uncle Alasdair's kitchen. It's many more than we normally have in our kitchen. Normally there's the golfer, Frank,
Indeed, and
there's the dogs.
the dogs.
Um, Marjorie, the great astrologer, is with us, and Sophie is at home. So a big hug. Kirsty, I know, is watching. Morag is watching. Marvin is here. Deirdre's watching, and Ailey will be watching. So the whole jing bang, and wherever you are in the world, because the marvelous thing, as you know, Kenny, is that Facebook and YouTube are wonderful.
Oh, fantastic.
It just
medium,
connects.
Absolutely, yeah.
Connects us all.
So it just connects everybody.
Tell us about a wee tune that you're going to, or are you going to maybe do the Tonics, or are you singing
well,
that?
this is a a tale. This is a song that started out as a little bit of fun because everybody loves Tonics, caramel wafers, or whatever your favourite
Well,
may be.
wherever you go in the world, I think we were all on holiday once in Tobago. Now, we went into a wee shack, and there were Tonics caramel wafers, which I was thrilled about, and there was snowballs.
Yep.
And
Lee's.
Walker's shortbread. And Walker's shortbread.
Yes, of course.
Wherever you go in the world, and even the tiniest wee place.
I know, well, you know, Angela and I went over to Canada on occasion, and Angela insisted in filling the case with Tonics, caramel wafers, snowballs, because they won't have them over there. Was she ever wrong?
It's amazing.
Niagara. First chocolate.
Well, I've heard
So we had to eat them
the
ourselves.
export to Dubai, all sorts of places. So a couple of years ago I had this idea. I thought, right, let me have a wee song about. It was following on a bit from the Ur Willie song that I'd written. I thought something a wee bit more that other people would do, rather than just my own style. So I came up with this song, and originally it was going to be called Tonics a Rapper. Then I thought, I don't know anything about rap music, so we'll leave it. We'll move on. And I thought, you know, there was a wee bit of in the press about Scottish biscuit, but what is going on? And I said, it's made in Uddingston, for goodness sake. So, Tonics of Scotland. And I did a very sort of rough recording of a fantastic singing, and again, Will Marshall put a lovely arrangement to it, and they put it up. And here, before we knew it, Glasgow Times were on, Bowie and Breakfast were on to me, I was speaking to them, Radio
The
Scotland.
paparazzi were outside your door.
Well, that was the usual. And as a relation of mine, Polly said, it snowballed from there. But it just, it's all a lot of good fun, and it is getting great reviews. And even Mr. Loudon, Fergus Loudon, who has been communicating with me, was very good to give me images to use for, you know, just to promote it. It's helping everybody, and it's just a bit of fun. It's a bit of fun.
So now, have we to join in?
Well, you can join in whatever but you like, if you can just
see.
let me get my little...
Let's see. I mean, if you don't know what a Tonics caramel wafer is, if you're, if you've been living under a rock for 50 years, but everybody does know, and they are the best. And Boyd Tonics, Tonic, and his family, and you were at school, Marvin, with them.
Yep, daughter.
The wonderful thing about the whole family is Boyd can fix every bit of machinery in that factory. He goes in, and all these wonderful ladies who work in the factory, they're brilliant, and Boyd knows how to, and he also has a very fancy car, like a Rolls Royce, or I think it's a Rolls Royce, and if you open the boot, you can't put luggage in, it's full of Tonics biscuits.
That's wonderful.
So he's phenomenal, the whole family's
Well, and it's just such a traditional, when you go back to Uddingston, you see where it all started and the story behind it, it just...
Amazing.
And what I tried to do was research a wee bit about the history, and also try and write a verse for each product. So I got to 6 verses. I thought, wait a minute, this is going on a bit.
So
and
where are the words? Let's see what we can
Let's see if we
have
can. This is the premiere.
This is Tonics, the legend of Tonics of Scotland, composed by yourself.
Yep.
Now, I mean,
Is there a spare copy?
true to form.
Oh, Alasdair can share.
True to form. This has not been rehearsed.
No.
But we have never knowingly rehearsed, as you all know very much.
Yes, indeed, yes. We're members of the same club.
We get together about 5:30. We're live at 6.
Running order and we're off.
We'd love to say that we've done this, so we haven't done it
Well,
yet.
this is going to be a one-off.
I'll
So
try
at
and find the
home,
key.
you can join in as
If
well.
this doesn't go viral, nothing will. Here we go, Tonics the legend.
So we coming in the chorus. Let's see.
Right, okay.
So we just come in on the chorus.
Oh, yes,
So
okay.
everyone can come in on the chorus. And Tonics of Scotland still a legend today. Tonics of Scotland still a legend today.
I remember that.
In 1890 a legend was born in the old Scottish village of Alasdair. From its humble beginnings it soon made its way, and Tonics of Scotland still a legend today. Yes, Tonics of Scotland still a legend today.
Oh, with its fun.
With its pipes of wafer and caramel too, all coated
Coated and chopped, it's too good to be
it was too good to be true. The caramel wafer was here to stay.
stay. And Tonics of Scotland
still a legend
And
today.
Tonics of Scotland still a legend today. Yes, Tonics of Scotland
still a legend today.
still a legend today.
I think
Technology.
let's not tap our feet.
Marshmallow on a biscuit is a wonderful treat, and a smooth chocolate coating and a sure heart to beat. A bite of a tea cake will make you shout, hey! Tonics of Scotland still a legend today. Yes, Tonics of Scotland still a legend today.
Fourth verse.
Of all of the biscuits and tea time treats, the ton of snowballs all smashing to eat. You'll maybe have one or two if you may, and Tonics of Scotland still a legend today. Yes, Tonics of Scotland still a legend today. So here's a wee tip before the next time you buy. Give the caramel log and all the others a try, and then you can all be sure to say that Tonics of Scotland still a legend today. Yes, Tonics of Scotland still a legend today. With wrappers of gold, red, silver and blue,
What a wonderful range and what a lovely tune.
the shoes. So let's
To the whole of the world to say.
Tonics of Scotland still a legend today. Yes,
Tonics of Scotland still a legend today.
Technology.
You see, the
Doing it on
thing,
Tuesday, yes.
the
Well-
thing is, if you do something like,
You know, it's daft throwaway.
well, I think we know the chorus.
I think we do. But it's on Spotify. If you just search for Tonics the Legends, you'll hear the whole thing.
I have a
I
feeling.
think it was because I was stamping my foot.
I think it was because you were saying. I don't think this particular version is going to go viral. I think we're going to. I think maybe your version, but it's fun.
It's great fun. It's good, and it seems to be very popular, you know. So there you go.
Well, we're going to go back to a couple of messages that have been sent in. Ken MacDonald, Callie Maroonsa was one of my father's favourites. Alas, we didn't learn it as children, but we did sing the calamine lotion version of it. So thank you, Ken. Shona Shaw, my dad had a record of your dad's. I always liked him singing Bratachbana. You and your sisters all sang Cooter's Candy on the record. I met your dad many years ago and he very kindly signed my autograph book. And then Christine Fraser said, happy heavenly birthday, Callum. The first time I saw your dad was in Durness Village Hall with my parents in the 1960s. I saw your Uncle Alasdair there too. We'll look forward to the concert tonight. Sending you
Yes,
that.
lovely.
So thank you for so many. And Norma Tyler, what a gorgeous photo of you and your dad. When my own mum passed away last year, the opening song at the service was a recording of Uncle Alasdair singing Get Kenneth
Get kind of thing.
for reflection, and then Donnie Munro was singing. I think it was an Atharagard, probably.
No, I know the Sarge.
I know the
I know the Sarge, the highest apple in the tree.
Oh, the highest apple. And the final piece was very special, as it was my mother's favourite. Your dad singing Movahir. It was all just perfect. So that was from Norma Tyler.
Get
Thank
kind of
you.
it is a wonderful song. Of course, it put into English with the waters called Skew. But the original Get kind of is a very loving song. And I had the privilege of singing it in Staffin House Retirement Home. And I sang it to the lady for whom the song was written.
Oh, good.
That was really special.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
And the interesting thing, even more interesting, was that the person who wanted to write the song didn't have the ability to do it. So he subcontracted to a scribe who did from Hereford, a little place
That's interesting, isn't it?
near Kilmuir, Staffin, and he wrote the song for this other fellow to give to the lady.
Oh, that's
And I sat beside her and sang the song to her. Yeah,
Oh,
Great story.
very special.
Oh,
so why don't we do Carrying Maroon soon?
Why not? That was written by Donald Ross of Liverpool.
Yeah.
It's Carrying Maroon.
Carrying Maroon, this young and more and you will please, she whispered more landing to one's solace, each evening land. We'll carry Maroon, this young and more
Oh, could me
Dearest, my own one, now won't you be mine? So full of devotion, so honest and kind. My heart's full of longing and yearning for you. I'm lost to you, darling, you know I'll be true. Carrying Maroon, this young and
didn't tell me we're going to do a second song.
I like to surprise everybody. I mean, that was great, and just lovely to sing some of these songs. I'm going to read out a few more of these lovely messages. Let me just find a few. Duncan Campbell, your dad was a legend, Fiona, but his music lives on. Sue Holland said, I was at Albine School with all you girls. Morag was in my class, and I danced with her in primary school at His Majesty's Theatre. We were made up as two blue and yellow birds. Happy days back then. Hope you're all well. Thanks, Sue. Morag will be very happy that you reminded her of when she was dressed as a blue and yellow bird. Ailey Douglas Montgomery. The first music I bought was Callum Kennedy. He introduced me to my love of Gaelic and inspired me to learn my grandparents' language. And Angela Campbell wrote in, he was amazing, such a shame. Great Scottish music like that has died. Well, I don't know that it has.
No, Dad.
I think there's, she's thinking, that people were maybe poking fun at it.
I think it's making a revival, you know, that among the youngsters now. It's coming back in a different format.
Yes, absolutely.
It is really, and they're becoming very good instrumentally.
Yep.
There's a lot of
Absolutely.
We were out at the conservatoire.
The heart of the
other
music's still
night,
there, yeah.
and there is Rory Gray,
Yeah.
One for the Future, along with Robert Robertson and people.
Wonderful.
Great,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Timelines
Got great
and-
wealth of knowledge of the
Skibbity.
language.
Yep. Wonderful.
But I think it did. There was a time where, as Angela Campbell is saying, you know, that folk were saying, "Oh, well, it's all tartan and shortbread and stuff," and it sort of it had a wee while where folk were saying, "Oh, well, that's a bit,
Yeah.
you know, passive." But actually, when it comes to people singing at parties, they sing all the songs,
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
that, and all the beautiful Gaelic waltzes.
Yeah.
That
Totally agree.
you know.
And I'm sure Frank would bear me out. A tremendous proportion of instrumental music
Oh yes.
is based on Gaelic songs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
So Angela, I think you're right, and I also think it's making a comeback.
Absolutely.
That,
Chip into Gary Innes and you'll hear all the stuff that's been requested. Yeah.
yes,
Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
and such a range of music, such a range of bands. I mean,
Yeah.
you've got all the Trad Awards that are championing
Yeah.
Celtic music and the marvellous crossover between Scottish and Irish, and
Absolutely.
also the influences
Yeah.
of.
And it evolves, the music's evolving as well.
You've got the Hurach and Mira de Moore.
Wonderful
terrific
programmes.
following for the music. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Celtic connections. One of my great favourites is Callum's Road,
Oh, yes,
and I would
okay.
love if you would play
Yeah,
that,
okay, let's
Frank,
have a
because
go at
Donald Shaw of Capercaillie, who of course champions music from across the world and brings it to Celtic connections, and it's amazing because he himself is so
Absolutely.
talented as are Capercaillie, and they celebrated 40 years last year.
Yeah.
Of being on the road,
Okay.
and the wonderful Karen Matheson, of
Absolute
course.
institution.
So, Callum's Road. I think that's brilliant. I'm shouting G, G.
I'm deaf going D. Get away with it, Fiona.
Oh, really lovely. And that was that Callum Vic? Was that
Callum Vic.
Callum Vic, that last tune?
Yes, Callum Vic.
Yes.
Callum Super Who.
And that was, is that like a Canadian barn dance?
Yes, these are, that's a tempo, yes. Yeah, that's right.
I love that. I mean, happy days, memories of the Highlanders Institute.
Oh my word,
Oh, gosh.
Everybody descended. Do you remember the Highlanders?
Just a pipe there about a young lad, but I mean, it was the place, wasn't it?
Well, everybody gathered in the Highlanders Institute.
Absolutely, yeah.
Or Partickborough Hall.
Careful.
The Highlands Institute has just wound up actually recently. I was a life member, and they wound up. They had some
That was the
funds,
final.
and they've given the funds to various charitable organisations, including, I would say, one of which I'm a trustee of, Urus Rustling the Gaelic language promotion.
Oh, excellent. Well, that's
fund.
something.
So we got a little bit of money from them.
Good.
Yeah,
Well,
so
that's-
great, super.
No, great dances.
Oh,
but
and so many people met the Islanders, and they married, and maybe I said married, I hope. But they were great fun, great times. People love to go there and dance their feet off.
well, you're pointing, Frank. Will we do a wee Uncle Alasdair tune?
Yeah, that would
Yes.
be a good idea for
Well,
this
Alasdair,
young man here.
Alasdair,
Oh,
do. Okay. Well,
But you're going to sing it.
well, I'll give it a go.
All right.
Alasdair and Dubin, Hugh-da-wa-hee, Hugh-da-wa-hee-da, Hugh-da-wa-hee-da. Alasdair and Dubin, Hugh-da-wa-hee, O's lieben Briegel Beiche. Ik wil woorden, ik sa, ik zijn jeder, ik ben daar. Ik wil woorden, ik maar, die al jou drie. Alasdair and Dubin, Hugh-da-wa-hee, Hugh-da-wa-hee-da, Hugh-da-wa-hee-da. Alasdair and Dubin. When will someone come to me? Will he come by land or sea? Will he my true lover be? Tell me who'll it be? Alasdair and Dubin, you-da-wa-hee, you-da-wa-hee-da, you-da-wa-hee-da. Alasdair and Dubin, you-da-wa-hee, oh sweet and breathe all baiche. Alasdair and Dubin, you-da-wa-hee, you-da-wa-hee-da, you-da-wa-hee-da. Alasdair and Dubin, you-da-wa-hee, oh sweet and breathe all baiche.
The old people clapping.
Now there's a couple of other messages that have come in. Valerie Woodcock. My mother was from Uist and loved your family's music, but she adored your father. I often listen to the old LPs and it brings back fond memories. Have a lovely evening with your family, Fiona and friends. So that's
Nice,
very
lovely.
nice. Gordon Sinclair, a wonderful singer. My wife loved him from the next village. So she was from the next village. So there was Oronsay. What is the next village to
My
Oronsay?
good well.
In South Lochs.
Leverborough.
Well, it's just.
It's in Harris. Leverborough.
Yeah, well, yes, that's further down into
Yeah.
that's right at the end of Harris. But
Shaw, no, it's not Shawbus.
well, when my grandfather on the Kennedy side had the bus service, I proudly told someone who owned sort of stagecoach or something like that we were also in buses, and they said, "Oh, what's the name of your company?" I said, "Well, actually, my grandfather had one bus that went up to Stornoway and then came back, so it was hardly
A fleet.
yeah, no, it was hardly a fleet, but in those days, I guess, I mean, in Skye, I mean, the roads.
Oh, the roads were tortuous.
Yes.
And the thing about the bus service in the islands, like going from Portree to the north of Skye, the bus driver delivered all the prescriptions from the chemist, newspapers,
Bags of
and
tatties.
mail, and they would just, well, even if you just throw the things out the window, the gate of the cloth, unless it was a half bottle when you went out very gingerly. But that was the way it was. Jimmy Douglas,
Fantastic.
I remember so well, and going down the hairpin bend in Uig. You could hear the gears change, and it took about 3 goes to get around it. Now they whiz round, and it's just a different era.
Yeah, absolutely.
But interesting, Jimmy Douglas, I mentioned him. His wife, Kate Douglas,
Who wrote Na
She
Trua
wrote
Gladnys
more
na
than,
Gaeilge.
yes, and more than Vicken.
Oh, did she?
Got the lyrics and put the tune to it and gave me the song to sing it. My first reaction was, not another Ho Once Na Ho One Ho song. It was Dee and Ho Once. And I underestimated the song totally.
Yeah.
You know, underestimated the popularity of it.
Yeah.
But that was Kate. She had a harmonium in the
Oh, it was a
front row.
wonderful
She played.
recording.
The True Like Me Strawway was the song she gave to your mum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, which
Wonderful.
is a
Great to hear
beautiful.
these
Oh,
things,
absolutely.
Alasdair. You know, it's lovely
Yes,
to hear
well,
them first hand.
Well,
Reminiscing.
Lovely, reminisce away.
but it's good to reminisce because you won the Mod Gold Medal in which year?
And in 57,
Mum
Inverness.
and Mum won
And
the
then-
medal in
52 in Rothsay,
yes,
and your dad 55 in Aberdeen.
yes. And you know, for those of you watching who don't know too much about the Mod Gold Medal, in terms of the highest accolade in Gaelic music is to win the gold medal. And to have it in the family with, you know, Uncle Alasdair, my mum, our mum,
Yep.
and Gillies and Dad as well. And it's fair to say that the Gillies family were really the encouragers of Dad. I mean, Dad coming from the croft in Oronsay, you know, he would say that his only audience was Jessie the cow at the back, and he would go out the back and he'd go, "Ho, Jessak!" and the cow would come in for milking. And when he got to Glasgow, I mean, he gravitated to the Gillies house, and it was our grandmother.
Yeah, and remarkably, when I think of it, when he got his first chance of making a record, which was a fellow, what's it, Louis Benjamin, I think was the name of the fellow.
Oh yes, he was a big impresario. Yeah.
He got a chance of making a single, and he didn't know what to sing. And my mother then, his mother-in-law, said, "Why don't you do the hiking song?" Because the hiking song was known to all of us in the high school Carey, in the Highlands Institute, written by the late Alec Mackenzie. And I've been nagging people on television to make a programme on Alec Mackenzie, because this guy from Sky became a teacher in Clydebank High School, and then a prolific songwriter, and then became an actor. All the songs in the Highland Voyage,
Yes,
wonderful
wonderful.
songs, the humorous songs were written by Alec. And then he wrote other serious things like the hiking song, and we all sang it at the nights at the high school Carey. When I was about 12, we sang it. But your grandmother said, "Do the hiking song." And he said, "What about the flip side? Why don't you do the Road to Dundee?" She said, was her favourite song too. And that's the story of his single.
Nice mix, yeah.
Hiking song, the Road to Dundee.
And was that the first?
I think that was his
single?
first single, yeah.
Because he also recorded Fegi Grai,
Oh, yeah.
Movahir, but did that come later?
Later, his best Gaelic songs were these ones. I mean, his fantastic songs, Figigra, Kaiora,
Oh, wonderful.
Mochtaluan. There were some real classics.
Yeah.
He did, yeah.
And when he went to Moscow to compete in the World Ballad Championship, and there was hundreds and hundreds of competitors.
Yeah.
What song did he? Was it?
I think Ovari Ovari.
I think it was Ovari Ovari. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fantastic
I mean, to
song.
win the World Ballad Championship with about 700 competitors and be presented with the medal by President Khrushchev, because that was possibly the platform for him, wasn't it?
It
for
was
his-
very much so, yeah. I remember them very well, them both going over, and your mum going over with him and wondering what to do, what they would take. And if you take things like nylon stockings, it would be very, and biro pens and things, trivial things, but
To
they were
give.
much in demand to give out to locals.
Just to get
Yeah.
And then they got paid in rubles, but they couldn't change the rubles into anything. So there was no exchange rate. Barter.
That's a
Anyway,
junket.
I remember your mum sending a lovely card of a locomotive university or something like that, and it's a three-dimensional card, so you opened it and it came out from
lovely.
all the facade of
Cleverly
the
done,
university.
yeah.
Fantastic, very special.
Yeah.
I just can't lay my hands on it right now.
No, but lovely.
Give
lovely
me a
memories.
chance to go through all the paperwork in this house.
It's a television programme in itself, also.
But it's lovely, all these memories, because I mean, to go and sing in Russia, and you did all these television series in Canada and travelled all over the world singing, as well as being a dentist. For you know, I mean, that's great achievements, amazing achievements.
So that's form of madness, I think.
Well, we all know that. Eh?
Yes,
all,
we're all
all creatives are bonkers.
Oh,
that's for
yes.
We're all in the same
No doubt
club.
about that.
There is a request for the Skyline of Sky. Now, Frank, am I throwing you in this
let's-
because
okay.
maybe I could think about that one. And I know we cannot not do Lovely Strawway. And you're going to do something up. Have you got to wee something up your
Maybe something
sleeve?
up the sleeve, yes.
Okay, let's see if I'll do the walking. The islands are calling me back home again, and I long for the skyline of sky. My love, he is waiting, my love from the glen, 'neath the beautiful skyline of sky. I left him one springtime, though I loved him so. The blue mountains whispered, "You're foolish to go." As I sailed with the tide, something died here inside. How I cried for the skyline of sky. In memory I'm hearing the ghost of a tune that keeps haunting my heart with a sigh. It tells of our parting that sad afternoon. It's the song of the skyline of sky. The road to the islands comes down to the sea, and that's where my love will be waiting for me. And together we'll stay till we're both old and grey, 'neath the beautiful skyline of sky. And together we'll stay till we're both old and grey, 'neath the beautiful skyline of sky.
Oh,
There we go.
Beautiful.
So, what a lovely way to spend a Monday.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Really, thank you for
Right.
letting us come in and join you and be in your kitchen and take over.
And just got the most important thing to do, make the supper.
And pour Frank a dram.
Oh, sounds a
That
good
could be
idea.
arranged.
Yeah,
And me too. We couldn't not do Make Your Way to Strawway. Would you join in with that?
Yes, I'm going to just check the key, Frank, for make the
was it
music.
D?
You're asking me.
Let's let's hear this. Let's hear Jean. Play a wee bitty. To start away. Is that D?
Yep.
Make
Your way to start away on the road
to Arkansas, where my Lord's returning day, on this wandering way, where the folk are truly kind, where you leave the world behind, where it's love is still alive, our lovely start away. So make
your way to start away on the road to Arkansas,
where
my thoughts return each day, my lovely start away.
the town hall clock
Of Strawway chimes
its message every day. Heaven can't be far away from lovely start away. Make
Your way to start away on the road
to Arkansas, where my thoughts return each day. I love this away. And no matter
where you are. Hitch
your wagon to a star, heaven can't be very far from lovely start away. So make
Your way to start away on the road to Arkansas,
where my thoughts return each day. My lovely
Oh, we need now with a ferry to get there.
Ken Mackenzie, everybody. A
I
big
should
round.
be singing in a house full of singers.
Wonderful to have you in the kitchen. Thank you so
Thank you so much for
Thank you for
being
coming.
here. Absolutely wonderful.
Thank you for
Loved
your tunes, and we're all going to look at tonics, and we're all going to download Glendryan.
Oh yes, the
Yes.
album's been drying, so brilliant. You get it on Bandcamp or a website, Caberfrey Music. So
Oh,
there you go.
well, look at that.
Yes,
And of course, I mean, you know that if you can download this and share it with your friends on YouTube. That's very easy to do. I don't know how to do it myself, but of course, you techie people out there, I know you know how to do it. So this gets uploaded onto YouTube very kindly by Steve Baxter, graphic designer extraordinaire, who kindly does this for me every single week. So big thank you to Steve. Frank as ever. I don't know what I'd do without Frank. He's everybody's favourite. Do you know, Frank does the most kitchen concerts. You arrive at the drop of a hat and play tunes, cheer us up every Monday.
Not easy keeping up with Fiona Kennedy.
And all the dogs and the golfer and all
Absolutely.
the rest of it. But Frank and Paul Anderson and Irene Watt and the Mearns and Devonick singers and Neil Selders and Neil Burse will all be joining us at the Tivoli Theatre in Aberdeen.
Wonderful.
And I think it's Friday, October the 3rd. You can just get your tickets from Aberdeen Performing Arts if you're in the area. If you're in Australia, you can book your tickets now, get your flights organised, get across here.
Brilliant.
My friend Susanna, I know she's there, I think she needs to come over. But lovely to have you with us. Marvin, great to have you there behind the camera. Thank you, Marvin. And a
Very
big,
welcome.
big hugs to Christine Moore, Marvin, Deirdre, Ailey, all the family. big hugs, and we'll see you next time.
So all the hot watching at home.
Yes.
You'll change it now.
See you next time. Thank you for joining
Thank you.
us.
It's Brian time now.